Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Today we will do very famous 20th century poetic drama written by T.S. Eliot, The Family Reunion. This is an important topic for a comparatively new subject of Indira Gandhi National Open University, American Drama MEG 17, and these are all the blocks that you need to cover to appear in your examination. Block 1 से लेकर block 7 तक. These 3 points you may need to mention in the introduction of any question that you get from this particular topic. This is a 1939 play by T.S. Eliot written mostly in blank verse. It includes features from Greek drama and mid-20th centuries detective plays. It is a two-act play composed in blank verse and it is a poetic drama. These are the points that you should write about the writer too. He won the Nobel Prize in 1948 and a very famous poet, critic, dramatist, editor and publisher, American English poet, playwright, critic and editor, and best known being a modernist poet and very famous for The Wasteland and Four Quatrains. The Family Reunion was written after the great success, I must say, of Murder in Cathedral by Eliot. So, a play composed in blank verse was produced in 1939 and is located or set in the fictional estate of Wishwood. Let us get acquainted with the characters. Along with the characters, we will keep on understanding the plot of the play too. There are four sisters, Amy, Ivy, Violet, and Agatha. एमी जिनको कि लेडी मॉन्चेंसरी भी बोला गया है इस प्ले में शी इज होस्टिंग अ बर्थडे पार्टी फॉर हरसेल्फ विद द हेल्प ऑफ हर sisters. And there are two brothers too, Charles and Gerald Piper. They are also joined by Mary. She is a daughter of a deceased cousin of Amy. Mary ने भी इनको join किया है. Let us see who is Mary. Mary is the daughter of the deceased cousin, recently died cousin of Amy, as well as the servant of the house. Amy is very ill. Amy बहुत बीमार है and she is waiting for the arrival of her three sons on her birthday. इसके बाद ग्रुप की नॉर्मल चिट चैट होती है and we get to see that it is spring time at Wishwood. विशवुड जिसको दिखाया गया कि नॉर्दर्न इंग्लैंड में है वो एरिया और गैरल्ट बहुत मिस करते हैं अपनी नॉर्मल लाइफ ड्यूरिंग द वार्मर climates. The whole group discusses the difference between their generation and their children's generation, next generation. And as usual, they say that next generation is degenerated or corrupt or immoral, and next generation only marries there. They ask Mary ki what does she think about the new generation, and she feels I am socially marginalized. मुझे तो एक servant की position मिली हुई है. So how can I talk about somebody being corrupt or somebody being immoral? Finally, Harry is there. Arrival of Harry and Agatha, the sister of Amy. She suspects that it will be hard for him to adapt to the return. आते ही एकदम सारे एनवायरनमेंट के साथ एडजस्ट होना मुश्किल हो जाएगा, लेकिन हैरी की मदर डिसएग्री करती है कि हैरी is someone who is brought up at this estate only, so how can it be difficult for him to get adjusted here? And she is also interested that now he should take all the responsibility of the estate. Before Harry's return, Amy says that they are lucky not to have met Harry's late wife. कहीं ना कहीं एमी हैरी की लेट वाइफ के बारे में बात करती हैं कि चलो अच्छा है उनसे मिलना नहीं पड़ेगा. शी रिसेंटली डाइड आफ्टर फॉलिंग फ्रॉम अ शिप एट सी. Now we come to know about a little strange behavior of Harry. Harry makes a sudden entrance and behaves in a very odd manner. Even as the family tries to respond in an appropriate and warm way, they are very happy to see Harry. It appears as though he had something to hide. कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा है जो छुपा रहे हैं, as though the people he was meeting should similarly feel uneasy about being spied upon. तो ऐसा लगता है कि हैरी को ऐसा लग रहा है कि इतने अच्छे से इतने आराम से क्यों मिल रहे हैं सब मुझसे, सबको मुझसे किसी स्ट्रेंज तरीके से मिलना चाहिए था. हम एक डायलॉग हैरी के मुंह से बार बार सुनते हैं. दिस इज द डायलॉग. यू डोंट सी देम बट आई see them and they see me. Here we will talk about a term called Furies, the snake-haired goddess of vengeance, Badla, Badle ki Devi. Usually three in numbers who pursued unpunished. Suppose someone has committed a murder, then by these goddesses, the murder will continuously be reminded to the one who has not yet surrendered or who has not yet accepted the crime. Why Harry is being followed by these furies that we will come to know later on. अभी देखते हैं कि फैमिली किस तरीके से एक्ट कर रही है because of the strange behavior of Harry. Despite attempts to bring back the conversation to normal everyday topics, Harry remains distraught. अलग थलग से ही रहते हैं. He cannot understand why nothing has changed at Wishwood. While everything obviously has changed for him. इनके लिए तो बहुत कुछ बदल चुका है, लेकिन विशवुड इस एरिया में कुछ क्यों नहीं बदला है. He dismisses the family, saying people to whom nothing has ever happened cannot understand the unimportance of events. तो ये बार बार उन्हें बोला जाता है, people to whom nothing has ever happened cannot understand the unimportance of events. इवेंट्स हमारे लिए इतनी ज्यादा जरूरी नहीं है. इवेंट्स का वेट क्यों करना है, या कुछ भी ऐसी इवेंट करके जिससे कि चेंजेस आए, उन इवेंट्स को लाना ही क्यों है अपनी लाइफ में. The whole family is very startled because of the odd behavior of Harry. Harry's mothers, uncles, and aunts receive this confession with varying degrees of denial and confusion. They explain that he must be tired, शायद टायर्ड हो गए होंगे, ट्रेवलिंग से बहुत ज्यादा थक गए होंगे, और मे बी नॉट हैप्पी और इज इन पेन बिकॉज ऑफ द लॉस ऑफ हिज वाइफ. चार्ल्स प्रपोज करते हैं कि हैरी का जो सर्वेंट है डाउनिंग, उससे बात करके देखते हैं, उससे कुछ कन्फेस करवा के देखते हैं. ऑल्दो अगाथा इज नॉट श्योर अबाउट इट. अगाथा सेज कि लीव इट एज इट इज, अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगा बच्चा. शी डज नॉट वांट टू इंटरफेयर. डाउनिंग को बुलाया जाता है. डाउनिंग इज समन्ड एंड ही एक्सप्लेन्स दैट हैरीज वाइफ हैड बीन ड्रिंकिंग अ लॉट एंड नॉट was not able to handle it either. Harry himself had been rather depressed during the trip, but had always kept close to his wife during the trip. अपनी wife के साथ साथ ही रहते, always careful that she did not come too close to the railings. He also kept looking over the railing. Downing बताती है कि Harry also kept looking over the railings for half an hour quietly on the night she was lost. Thus, in Downing's estimation, Downing's viewpoint, nothing was amiss. Nothing has actually happened other than the grief of the loss of wife. Again, we see the entrance of Furies. It seems that over time, the despair, the discontent, this hatred towards himself and his life has manifested itself in the form of Furies. Furies ने अपनी जगह बहुत ज्यादा बना ली है हैरी की लाइफ में. And he says, the sleepless hunters that will not let me sleep. Harry shares all this with Mary as well, that he is able to see Furies. Harry boldly faces them. Mary insists that they close the window and that no one is there. Harry is disappointed that she too does not see them and therefore is no use to him. हैरी को ऐसा लगता है कि कोई भी और नहीं देख पा रहा है मेरे अलावा, then what is the use of these Furies? There takes place a conversation between Harry and Agatha. Harry and Agatha sharing the stage alone, and she finally has an opportunity to confront him regarding his ceaseless depression and distraction. इतने distracted क्यों रहते हो हमेशा, इतने depressed क्यों रहते हो? Agatha too, like Harry, is obsessed with the past. शायद अगाथा की लाइफ में भी कुछ ऐसा past है. So she is too obsessed with the past, and he then starts pressing her for information regarding her father. हैरी चाहते हैं कि मुझे मेरे फादर के बारे में कुछ बताया जाए. फादर के बारे में मैं बहुत ज्यादा नहीं जानता. अगाथा पहले तो उनके फादर से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन को टालने की कोशिश करती हैं, बट देन शी हैज टू रिवील that his father's marriage was unhappy. Marriage to Amy, of course, and he often thought of how to get rid of Amy. This piece of information suddenly creates a certain clarity in the mind of, in the perception of Harry regarding his own feeling of having murdered his wife. Now we come to a proper concrete thought that yes, Harry is the one who had murdered his wife. अब हैरी अपने जाने का प्लान बनाते. हैरी realizes that the best way for him would be to leave Wishwood. Wishwood से चले जाना ही उनके लिए अच्छा रहेगा. Agatha encourages this. Agatha कहती ठीक है चले जाइए. And at that very moment, Amy enters the room and is very much astonished, very much stunned to see Agatha encouraging her son to leave. She cannot understand where this assertion stems from. ये विचार आया भी कैसे कि हैरी will go from here. अब एमी और अगाथा के एक दूसरे के सामने आने की बारी है. Amy and Agatha face each other and accuse each other of certain losses that have incurred in their respective lives. Amy accuses Agatha of stealing her husband and then her child. एमी अगाथा को एक्यूज करती है कि मेरे हस्बैंड हमेशा तुमसे बहुत ज्यादा क्लोज रहे, सब कुछ तुम्हारे साथ शेयर करते थे, and same you are doing to my son. Agatha then retorts with bitterness that at last Amy had the pleasure of bringing up sons and a family while she only had a women's college to look after. अगाथा को भी अपनी लाइफ से कंप्लेंट्स है कि उनकी कभी एक अच्छी पूरी बड़ी फैमिली नहीं रही. मैरी को अपनी एज का सिर्फ एक ही कंपेनियन मिला था यहाँ पर, दैट इज हैरी, एंड शी इज नॉट हैप्पी दैट हैरी टू इज लिविंग. Mary is visibly disturbed by Harry's sudden decision to leave, and she is concerned about his welfare after her last experience with him. They did talk in a very friendly manner, and Agatha assures her that this would be best for him. Agatha Mary को assure करती है कि हैरी का चले जाना ही यहाँ से अच्छा रहेगा, लेकिन एमी बहुत disappointed है. एमी continues feeling sad about her loss, finally conceding that they all had left her. ऐसा लगता है एमी को कि हर कोई मुझे छोड़ छोड़ कर चला जाता है, मेरी फैमिली में जो भी है. एंड दिस इज द वर्ड दैट शी अटर्स, एन ओल्ड women alone in a damned house. Now we see a sudden anagnosis for Harry. Harry, as soon as Harry comes to know that his father was also thinking to murder his mother, that is Amy, father's wife, तब उनको थोड़ी देर के लिए एक हैप्पीनेस फील होती है कि it is not only my thought, it is transferred to my mind because of my genes. So feeling that he did not do the crime himself, but it was transferred to him by his father. थोड़ी देर के लिए उन्हें एक अच्छी फीलिंग होती है जिसको हम एनाग्नोरिसिस कह सकते हैं. Thinking all this, he leaves ultimately, and the play ends with Mary and Agatha on stage with a birthday cake and its candles lighted at the center of the darkened stage. They set it on a table and circle around it, blowing out the candles as they go. Cycle of the events and desires that plague the character across generations, searching for completeness and never finding it. This is, we can say, the theme. हर कोई किसी ना किसी तरीके की कंप्लीटनेस चाह रहा है अपनी लाइफ में, बट इज नॉट एबल टू फाइंड इट, बी इट एनी generation, the older one or the new one. Let us go for the theme. Eliot uses two strategies from ancient Greek plays. Harry's uncles and aunts sometimes separate themselves from the events and keep on commenting. जिस तरीके से पुराने Greek plays में chorus comment किया करते थे. Harry is pursued by Eumenides, that is Furies, the avenging Furies, who pursue Orestes in the Orestia, the famous ancient play Orestia. उसमें Orestes को pursue करती हैं Furies, and they are seen not only by Harry but by his servant and the most perceptive member of the family, Agatha. शायद उन्होंने भी कहीं ना कोई क्राइम किया हो अपनी लाइफ में. So we can say the whole play was about the hero's discovery of his sense of guilt. Why I am guilty? The hero comes to know the reason of his guilt by the end. So that is it for this part of the video. You may join the classes to cover all the topics in detail for this subject. Can click the link in description and get connected to us for your admission. Thanks for watching. Best of luck for exams, and please do not forget to share and subscribe the channel.